ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a very special episode of the Whip Podcast. My name's Zach, with Elliot again. And today we've got the big man himself, Abe, here on the podcast on the couch with us.
From the podcast whose name I can't pronounce. So
No one can.
If you want to go.
Yeah. My name is Abraham and I host a podcast called Cachai Australia.
Oh, that's how you say it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Thanks for having me, boys.
Oh, always a pleasure. I'm
This
never
is,
sure,
this,
mate.
this is very weird. I'm usually on that side, like,
Well,
asking questions.
We're top of the heap, so we interview the big guys.
Oh,
we interviewed a
I
fan
feel,
today.
I feel very honoured.
No little fish, only big fish here, mate.
Yeah, boys,
Yeah,
that's
you know,
sick.
footy players, politicians, podcast
Okay,
hosts.
podcasters, yeah.
No criminals yet.
No criminals yet.
Maybe you have both today.
Yeah.
We never know, we never know.
You'll never know.
So, Abe and I, we met through, I think, our friend Kel,
Our friend Kelly.
through touch footy and things like that.
Best house I've ever been to.
Best house I've ever had a party at.
Yeah.
So Abe the man, viewers, he hosted my 25th birthday party for me.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Oh, it was pretty special. Like, it was just like rocking up. Like, 80 people rocked up at the house.
A lot of white people here.
Oh, no.
No, that was me.
Yeah.
Is it multi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a guy in a wheelchair.
Couple of brothers. Yeah, it was fine.
It's a wheelchair.
Couple of brothers. And then, and then a guy in a wheelchair that everyone thought that he was my friend, but he wasn't. So,
Because people heard the music, came into the house, and then I went up to some of them with Kel's brother, being like, "Oh, how do you know me? It's my birthday." And they go, "Oh, we don't know." And then Abe comes up to us and goes, "Boys, good to see you all." And so they were like, "Oh, you're mates with Abe."
no, but yeah, I didn't know the guy.
Abe had no
We
idea.
still
who
don't
they
know
were.
who
He
that
thought
is.
they were our mates.
Or how did they get in the house? Like, we have no clue.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty public spot, so I feel like they probably just.
But with a
wandered in off the
wheelchair?
street.
But yeah, with the
Through the
wheelchair.
stairs,
Oh.
it's a mystery.
That's
Until these days.
That's respect. Also, for those wondering what, we broke our mic, so.
We're sweet though.
I got a projected voice.
It's
And I
perfect.
get one, so
It's
we're
perfect.
good.
Yeah.
And at that party, I remember we drew. I got you and Kel and Dan onto the podium where the DJ stand
Yeah.
is. But we hadn't
Oh.
really understood how many people there were. And then we got there, and I just saw Abe's face because he turned out, looked into the sea of people. It was like, oh my
Yeah, that
god.
was
Yeah.
a fair amount.
Yeah. That was a vivid realization of, like, this is just out of hands. Like,
Yeah, totally.
it's like 80 people,
Did
yeah.
the cops come? No.
Nothing went wrong.
No,
We're
nothing.
fine.
Well,
It was amazing.
except for the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
But it was all
Yeah.
good.
Well, I mean, you got to support everyone. We're an inclusive podcast.
We are, especially
Exactly.
today, because we have multicultural in your
Exactly.
podcast.
See, we're hitting all this. What's it
All
called?
the time.
All the terms. For a politician, for people without dads,
Mhm.
and then multicultural.
We're ticking all the boxes.
Christian.
Christian.
No Muslims yet.
Unless.
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm
No,
not.
we
Do
haven't
you know,
ticked that. We haven't ticked
my,
that box.
my name is Abraham, right? It's weird. Have you ever met a Latino? Everyone will expect my name will be Carlos or Rodrigo or Juan because
Yeah.
I'm Latino, right? But it's Abraham. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And when I go to Muslim countries, they love me anyways
Yeah.
because the name itself means father of all nations.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, like, actually the name contains, a meaning for different countries.
Yeah, totally.
Christians love it, and
Yeah.
Muslims love it, and
Atheists don't really care.
but because they don't know, they don't know better. But yeah.
So tell us about your podcast, mate. So
Yeah.
when did you start it?
Well, just the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
Or
started.
do you want me to tell you how I got here first?
Yeah, that's it.
You know what? That's why you're an
That
excellent
was,
podcast.
that was the
host.
first question.
We're the,
'Cause-
we're the hosts. Okay, you're gonna have to get used to this.
Sorry, mate, it's weird.
No, how'd you get to Australia?
I'm
Not how you got here, but what's your story? No.
I'm from Chile. I speak Espanol.
Yeah.
I came here like late 2016, so 6 years. Do the math. Who's the engineer here? No one.
7
Who cares?
7 years.
As a backpacker, and just didn't know anyone here. I didn't know English. I learned English here. So, and then the podcast came because a friend of mine had international student agency. So he brings people from overseas here to study, and then he brought me to do marketing and content. And I realized that he had a lot of good content, but nobody actually reads that. So I'm like, let's just do a potty. And then the podcast started with the content that he had as a blog, and then suddenly I'm like, this is I really like this, and I'm just gonna get away from the student agency, and I'm just gonna start doing more interviews. and it got more, I guess, aspire more and more, and I got more ambitious and more ambitious, and now I just want to be a voice for the voiceless talents from all different backgrounds living in this beautiful land that we gladly call our casa, which means home in Spanish.
Yeah.
And so we started in Spanish and then in Spanglish, which is the mix, and now we're doing a few episodes in fully English. And yeah, we have 3 seasons, and I've been doing it for the last 3 years. It's myself and another co-host, and here and there we have like guests, not as cool as you guys, but,
Oh, stop it, man.
but one day you'll be there.
Top of the head.
Yeah.
So,
Just
we'll
let us know when you want us to come on, man.
Yeah, well,
You will.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Get our Latina and
Yeah.
followers up.
Yeah.
So you said you've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
Was like the first year just like rough? Did you like ever want to quit?
Oh no, I loved it.
Yeah.
The reason I still do it is because I love it. There's some things I know you could relate that you hate. Like I think it's a lot of times editing or like producing episodes or like the cameras and stuff like that.
Setting up.
Or the
Well, Zach
audio
does
quality.
that. I don't do it.
Yeah, you do the audio there.
I do the audio. That's
Oh, you're the audio guy.
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
audio guy.
Well, yeah, but some bits like you hate, but the actual time of recording and having a conversation with someone, I just love those moments.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And I want to keep doing it because of that. If one day I hate doing that, I'm just going to stop doing it because what's the point of it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's also because I hate my job, and hopefully this makes it.
Yeah.
What I sort of didn't think we would struggle with starting off a podcast was actually getting people to come on as guests.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be
It's
a
hard.
hard thing.
It's
Did
hard,
you
yeah.
struggle with that as well
Yeah,
when you
heaps,
started?
yeah.
How did you get through it?
I think. Look, I've got writing down like in my room like a phrase. It's everyone is approachable, especially with a podcast.
Sure.
And I believe that, and I've got to know people from I've never thought that I would met from because of the podcast. So the approachable side of it, I think, is easy. It's more like, does this person matches my podcast values?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what I'm concerned about. If this person is going to say something that it doesn't match with my values, well, might as well don't do it.
Yeah.
And so it's research that you have to do on that person, or the agenda of that person's got, and if that's going to match what you have. So I think that's what I struggle with the most.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because like we had the issue of asking people when they were really drunk.
Yeah.
And, so they would say yes at the
Well, that's a good
time.
start.
Yeah, they would say yes at the time. Like we
Yeah.
had one guest, Oscar, who we had to like refilm like 3 different times because like, well, the first episode was technically partly my fault because me and him both got really drunk and well, I didn't think what was said was that bad, but it wasn't my
Where was
reputation on the line.
What venue was this? Was this a stain?
No. Like one.
You should have said yes, because then you get the sponsor.
Well, I never click things when I edit them. I need to start doing that. But I will be doing a business presentation to Sam.
Let's go.
Yeah, I will be doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll get out of it, or we will get
Probably
out of it.
business.
But well, you never know. Maybe like one live episode.
Yeah,
a year
yeah.
and they give us free alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
It's not an even.
I would love that.
It's not an even split, but yeah, we'll see how we go. But,
What about for you boys? So what do you get? Like, do you like doing this or what's?
Yeah, like there's definitely days when like, well, it's just editing for me personally. Like it can just be like, I just don't like editing really. I just like talking. I could do the audio, you know, but I hate editing. I don't know how you feel, but
What's the worst part of it?
Worst part is probably because we're still starting off. Like you put in so much effort into each episode, and then you post it, and then it feels like it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
So like the episode we had with Jackie, I was hoping that maybe you would get a few more views or eyeballs
Yeah.
on it.
Because
And
she's got followers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we put so much more effort into that.
Yeah.
Paid videographers for that one, and still didn't really get as much as when we did just sort of like an authentic one with a mate.
Yeah.
well, with the footy one, like that, I did not expect that to get like anything, and like that's got like 75,000 on TikTok and stuff, and like that's it. They're our most viewed ones, and now like heaps of people think we're a footy podcast.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah.
so like
See what I mean? That's back what I was saying before. If it doesn't matches, and
Yeah.
if it does respecting your podcast lines, and you could be changing all the time. Can I share some of that my mistakes?
Yeah, for sure.
Getting people that it's got heaps of followers or traction. Oh, I'm gonna make it with this one, and then they come and you're like, this is bad, eh?
Yeah.
And you don't get what you expected in
Yeah.
return. And so I've learned that it's just all about the story and the chemistry that
Yeah.
you have in the show. Because
Sure.
my show is the same as you guys. I hit record, and then I just finish, and I don't
Okay.
edit. It just
Yeah.
goes there.
Yeah.
And another thing, sometimes I do the thing, and I feel like that was a bit weird, and then you put it out there, and people love it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes your feelings of recording or like doing the thing, the actual moment is not actually what people perceives afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, like some of our ones, like I thought they were bigger than they were, but then other ones I thought was like, oh, that's not that good. But then
Yeah.
like, so like we did 2 different interviews with the former footy player, and like the first one I thought was like more like controversial, better than the second one. But the second one has the most views, like about any of our podcasts, and I'm like,
Right.
at the end of the day, I've got no idea. I just
Yeah.
talk. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
I don't
no,
know, but
yeah, it's weird. But if you're still loving it, what you're doing, I think that's
Yeah, well, it's also like a good, like everyone needs a hobby.
yeah.
So I think that's
Is this your only hobby?
this
Because
is
if
probably,
it is,
probably yeah. Like I go to the gym if you can't tell, but like I guess because like, it's hard to have like a lot of hobbies when you can do 9 to 5, and this is the one
Yeah.
that requires a lot of trouble.
yeah.
This one's like a mental one, which like you don't have to.
I think it's fully
Therapeutic.
therapeutical. Is that a word?
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic. Yeah. Sorry, English is my second
No,
language. How many languages do you speak?
just this one.
Oh,
We'll
okay,
pick one.
yeah. Well,
I don't know if you count that.
yeah.
And I can say a rude word in Portuguese.
What is it?
Filho da puta.
Filho da puta, yeah. It's so similar in español. Español es hijo de puta.
Is that something good?
Yeah.
So funny story
Sí.
how I knew what that phrase was. My friend told me in a Porto when I was younger.
In Portugal.
No, in a Porto, the fast
Oh, the
food
burger joint.
restaurant.
The burger joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The,
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the
If you want to be mentioned in the next episode, you can pay.
best,
Mate, that's how you make business.
best, I have them as my best chips, followed by KFC. If anyone cares.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't.
Porto, KFC, 50 layers of shit, McDonald's. I hate
Right.
McDonald's.
Really?
McDonald's
No,
needs to do a
yeah.
KFC where you can swap shit out of your order. Like you should be able to swap McDonald's chips for like a few nugs. Not sure how we got there. Anyway,
Fair.
I was in a Porto and my friend told me that Billy da Puta, man, I love you so much. So I said Billy da Puta very loudly in a
Oh,
Porto.
no.
Don't know if anyone was there, but it's a Portuguese restaurant. So,
Yeah.
And he was like pissing.
You would
himself,
expect that people would speak Portuguese there,
potentially.
but you know they don't, because you got Guzman y Gomez,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Guzman and Gomez, how you would pronounce it.
Yeah. Is that how you say it?
Guzman y Gomez.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nobody speaks Spanish.
Yeah. Good.
Nobody speaks Espanol.
Guzman.
Yeah.
And I go like, hola, ¿cómo estás? And they go like,
Huh?
mate, like, it's a Mexican restaurant. Surely you speak Spanish. They go, no, I'm like, okay, well.
Well, you go to sushi train now. Half of them are Japanese.
True.
So, you know,
It's expansion, you know.
it's racist in my opinion. And this is,
You're not wrong.
yeah, this is not wrong.
We live in a very racist area.
Have you experienced any?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I
Do you want me to
have.
share it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go.
I should say. I said it the other day. That I was playing
But
soccer.
like serious, like, because we've all said a racist joke.
Yeah. No, look, I think nowadays it's easy to get offended.
Yes.
The easy way is just like, I feel offended by that comment. I'm not going to do that, you know. Nobody put a gun in my face to come to Australia. It's my decision. If I were, I would have been a refugee, which is a different story. I chose to come here on my own to learn the language and to learn the culture, and I'm still pushing myself to stay here, away from my familia and my dear ones and my profession. Even, you know, I don't do my profession here. I had to reinvent myself here. But in saying that, there's some things that I would like to change or at least have conversations. Hence the podcast. You know, let's talk about stuff like let's talk about I'm playing soccer, I'm playing football. A fully multicultural place, including Australians, against just white people from Curly, and then in the halftime, the ref comes and say, "Boys, in Australia we don't do this, we don't tackle like this, and I'm like, we know, mate, we live here. Like I pay taxes like you do, and we're not even doing that. Like that's completely like it's just that's microaggression. It's microracism, if you will.
Yeah.
But sort of those aggressions, I see them every day,
Yeah.
all the
I can
time,
imagine.
especially in an area.
I just heard a bit of an Aussie accent come through when you said mate.
Well, then I learned English here. I wouldn't claim that I've got an Aussie accent, but it's a weird mix, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, no, I wanna create those conversations and be a place where we can talk about what is that thing, why those things are just normal for people, and for me it could be, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Then, so what's been the hardest thing about moving over with all that?
I think the hardest one is just say adios, sayonara, goodbye to your work identity.
Right.
And I think most of my mates struggle with the same. Most of my mates are engineers or like big professions back home, and here like they no one's. I work in construction, cleaning toilets, you name it, whatever. And I still don't quite fit. I used to work in television back home. I was like a creative director, and like nobody gives a shit here. And I'm not saying like they should. I'm saying that I need to work my way up if I want that anyways. But what I love about Australia is that the gap is not as hectic. Like I could work as a tradie, and I could share a beer with someone that is a doctor, and maybe I make more money than the doctor.
Yeah.
Whereas in South America, that's like
Not
that
heard
would
of.
never happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Now a doctor will make 20 times more money than a tradie.
Yeah.
And it's in Australia the gap is not as big.
Well, fucking tradies make a fair bit over here.
They do, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have just.
I think that every day.
I just get on the tools,
I
eh?
also think that when I see people clocking off at like 2 or 3 p.m. and I'm like, but I wouldn't want to be a tradie when I'm like 35.
Yeah, no.
So,
Because you're back.
yeah.
That's scoliosis? I can see it.
I went to bed.
That's a microaggression for free.
Yeah, there you go. Just to
Take it.
Just to drive.
Someone's need to pay off, mate.
Don't worry. My back's sore from carrying my friendship group, so it's all right.
Yeah. Oh, is that Zach?
No, it's
Everyone.
Acquaintances.
Oh, heck.
Team
yeah.
members. He's
Yeah.
my employee.
Is the potty affecting your relationship, boys? Because it could be.
No, well, like, did you listen to our episode 1?
I didn't know.
Well, how we started.
Because you know what? Because I assume the quality there would have been shit.
That's a very...
And you know what? My potty's got good quality, video and audio, and I think sometimes because lack of quality, the content is not. It doesn't get there.
Yeah.
So I think as a podcaster, you should invest in tech.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
totally.
Well, we need to get.
But it's an investment. It's hard. And like shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's money.
I think, but the number one thing is like, even when you know it's a shit episode, if you don't have time to record anything else, you still got to put it out for content. Because
Yeah.
what you think is shit, someone else might find funny.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But how we started was we both got really drunk in Byron Bay and realised we didn't have any hobbies and just decided to do it.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
What was your biggest inspiration? What potty was it?
Full Send podcast.
I love Hello Sport.
Oh, I never listened to
Yeah,
it.
they're fucking funny.
Aussies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
Aussie
yeah.
guys, and like they started off doing just sport, but now they kind of do like everything.
Yeah. Right.
They're fucking funny.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was like, it was just like two mates chatting.
Yeah.
For me, like the Full Send one, there's like some episodes I feel are really forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the guests are a bit average.
Yeah,
Just
How do you-
gonna hit the camera.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. How do you feel about like the inspire an employee?
I don't listen to them, but I think they are funny. But
Okay.
That's not my humour.
But don't you think is because they're really famous, they are the most listen
I don't know
podcast
if
in
that-
Australia?
I
They
don't
are.
know.
I think the top number one.
I think Bloke in a Bar is pretty close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like he's an NRL one, but he like
Yeah.
was like the OG podcast in
Right.
Australia.
Yeah.
If you like NRL.
Yeah.
He was like one of he started like years ago. So that was another one for me.
Yeah. Dude, and another thing about podcasting that I've learned, we recently got invited to a Spotify Creatives event in Sydney. I was really shocked that we were there. It was like 10 podcasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we were there. I'm like, what the heck? surely we are the
Multicultural.
multicultural car. But no, actually no, it was like
No, it's your talent.
three others. But some of the podcasts, they were like really huge. There was this girl that I've never heard of before. Psychology in Your 20s.
Oh, really?
She's huge. I didn't even know, dude.
Do you know?
And another one called Two Broke Girls. Really,
I've heard of that.
really big, really
I've
big.
heard of that. But have
And-
you heard of psychology in your 20s?
No, I haven't heard that
She's
one.
not top of the head like us. We weren't invited because
But you were away that weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
golf
Golf
is hard.
Yeah, we were gonna go together, definitely.
But no, I was surprised of how small and easy to connect the communities. Everyone was like, "Yeah, I'll be in your show. Yeah, you can come on mine." I'm like, the podcasting community. It's really, really cool. Like, it's just there's no much ego around it.
Yeah,
A
right.
true potty though, someone that actually started as a podcast, more like a TikToker and a YouTuber, and then transition into a
Into
podcast.
one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
We're not dancing on TikTok, so
Not
we
yet.
thought-
You're not?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I hate it with my heart,
Yeah.
but I have to be there.
Yeah. Well, we do upload TikTok. Our TikToks get the most like engagement.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
Yeah. Well, TikTok's fucked.
But I've heard it was banned from Australia.
No, I think just government.
That was just
people that
Yeah,
work in the
banned on
government.
government phones,
Yeah.
devices,
right. Okay.
Yeah, you can't get it on that.
because it's from China, so they were banning all the they banned all the military technology in the air, like army bases and stuff that was from China as well.
All the like Hawaii.
What are you? Okay. What are your sources for that? TikTok.
No, that was
No,
the
no,
news.
that's
ABC
okay.
News.
Oh, the news.
That's a genuine
ABC
thing.
broadcasting
Right.
system, mate.
Mate,
That's a genuine thing. Yeah.
that's solid.
When did you start to notice your podcast got more views? Like, what time? How long into it?
A year,
Yeah.
and then somebody invited me to his podcast,
Oh, that's how.
and I said, "How do you grow?" And he said, "Invite other podcasts to your podcast."
Okay.
And since there, again, the podcast community. That's one way to grow, because people that listen to podcasts, they want more podcasts to listen to.
That's a good call, actually.
And so,
Yeah, that's very fair.
but at the beginning, I was like, surely not. You're my competitor, but you're not.
Yeah.
Like, you are my fellow podcaster, and we
Yeah.
could be friends.
Friends in real life.
yeah.
Don't forget that one.
No, we are.
Business first.
Yeah,
That's
business
how I
first.
always
Yeah.
did.
And then we got really into like reels and that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we got into video. People actually they requested
Short-form
video.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
our,
it's
video,
Good.
our YouTube gets so many more views than our Spotify.
Right.
Yeah.
I was all about audio, and then people ask, "Oh, we want to see your faces." I'm like, "Really?" And I'm not like, "Oh, another thing." These two broke girls, they were like, "No, you have to put your face." And I'm like, I don't want it. I'm a podcast. Podcast is audio, right? Naturally, that's.
No, it's not.
But no, it's not. It's all about
I reckon because people
influencer,
aren't,
and I
like,
hate it.
Yeah, people don't really watch don't really listen to Spotify at home though. So like when someone's around the house, like it's so much easier to chuck YouTube
Yeah.
on your TV or
Yeah.
whatever.
And we went viral, and we had this idea to talk about dating for Latinos in Australia.
In Australia.
Because usually, I don't know what you think, but usually what I get, the stereotype is they're just for fun.
Yeah.
They're really passionate and they love everyone dance salsa and all that, which we do. we pay respects to the stereotype. But yeah, and I just wanted to talk about, like, is it actually like that? Is it true? Would you ever date? So we went to the streets, and we got
I saw you doing those
yeah,
videos.
and it was hectic. I was like, I don't want to do this, but
Also, you're interviewing people.
yeah, like with a microphone and stuff.
Yeah.
And on the video, it looks like we had it, but at the beginning, I was like, this is scary, mate. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in the street asking people, hey, how are you? Like, and then one of those videos went viral, and then we just grow.
How many views?
We got 50,000 views.
Yeah.
Or they avoid taxes or shit like that. I want them to have, we all hate dumb backpackers, that they don't respect this land. And so, yeah, I want to change that.
Yeah, awesome.
Maybe that's too ambitious, but yeah.
Is that the big vision though? Then.
Yeah, and then so get community here, build community among people that struggles this, and then integrate and educate future generations to come from all sorts of backgrounds.
100%.
Especially Latinos because we speak Espanol.
Now, my vision is to pay rent.
Yes.
One
One day get a house.
Yeah.
I wonder why he's thriving, because it's about a bigger thing than himself.
Nah, that's
I'm just a selfish prick then.
yeah.
Screw me for having my own hopes and dreams.
That will get you to places, I reckon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we?
No, not really. I just want to say thank you. Is this the final?
Yes.
No. Well, we've got our classic rapid fire.
Oh,
So your
okay.
rapid
Let's
fire
do it.
with guests, which is
No,
basic-
nothing.
Which
No,
is
nothing.
basically just we ask the first questions that come to our head and we do like 5.
Cool.
And we do it with all our guests. We've done it with 1. So
Why is it 5? Could it be 3 or 1?
could be 3, could be any.
No one knows.
5.
Do we know it's 5 today?
It
We
could-
don't know.
We could never know.
Okay, cool.
Go to cocktail.
Pisco sour.
What's in it? I've never.
Pisco,
Yeah.
which is like a brandy made only you can have it in Peru or Chile.
Yeah.
And sour, like a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that.
Chile versus Australia to live for the rest of your life.
Australia.
Yeah. Really? What?
It's just easier lifestyle. My country sadly is not as good now. I've always said that I want to live here mid-term, not long-term.
Yeah.
So 10 years, not all my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my parents came over for the first time ever. It was sort of surreal. They just left, and like, I just feel more detached from Chile. And I've seen that I'm adaptable enough to keep having more just feel more comfortable here, and I do feel comfortable. Yeah.
Favorite beach on the northern beaches?
Collins.
Collins
Really?
Flat.
Oh,
Collins
yeah,
Flat.
it's right there.
Just to do the beach.
Yeah.
Or do other stuff.
Oh, just
You can be more specific in your questions if you
just
want.
go to the beach.
Collins.
/ get hammered on.
Yeah, Collins.
First, are you single?
Yes. See.
First date. We have a very large female audience.
Really?
No. What's your ideal first date?
Sunset, camping chairs, and a pisco sour.
Really?
Oh.
Because nobody knows what that is.
Yeah.
And it's simple. It's just me. I do love a sunset. I do love a camping chair, and I do love a pisco sour.
That's a brilliant
That's a
idea.
good. You could.
And you do
fire
and
up.
Take some
from
tea.
mine, I bring everything. I bring the things and like
Yeah.
you need to show. What's the word?
Class.
No, it's not class.
No,
It's like
you're in-
intentionality.
Oh,
you're in it for more than chonging.
What?
Essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Last question. What's your favourite pub?
And why is it the same?
No, it's not. I apologize. It's the Hold.
The Hold.
Yeah, because I met
Disgraceful.
really good friends there.
Yeah.
It's a really small pub in
Yeah.
Manly,
Yeah.
and it's got like this.
Yeah,
sort of
Tequila Tuesdays.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, baby. That's
Yeah.
why I met a lot of friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got this like boat sort of like a style. And
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Flex, check, flex, check, flex, check. Diamonds in my fangs, flex, check, flex, check, flex,